Hi, this tiny video, this is my face. As you can see, I'm very, very pale. I haven't washed my face yet because I'm a lazy cow. And you can see I'm like quite puffy. It's puffy, especially here. My lips are actually okay. Bit pink around here, bit of irritation, and just basically, you know, I'm pink. I get sensitive skin. I'm nearly 40, and I get very puffy eyes and puffy, like sometimes I look a bit like a chipmunk, and it's allergies. So I wash my face in the morning with something like this. Like, it's not the best, but I spend as little as possible on cleanser because I spend all my money on everything else. In the morning I use that, often in the shower, but I turn it off, it really cold, and I'll use a flannel, but I just pat it on my face, if that makes sense, rather than like rubbing it. Then while I'm in the shower, at the moment, if I'm really puffy, especially around here, I've actually been using this, and it's quite cold and I don't understand how it works, but I've been using this with one of these, which is like a massage stone, and the reason is it's very, very cold. Now, I dropped it the other day and it shattered, which made me sad, so I just used my fingers just to do like a sort of really quick little massagey thing to get rid of all of the puff. And then when I come out the shower, I pat my face a little bit to get rid of some of the wetness, but I don't dry my face. And then I just put this stuff, the toner, just on my hands, pat everywhere, and then sort of dry, do all that stuff. In the morning, I then use, I have been using the Medicate Vitamin C Tea Tetra Intense, and it's been lovely, but it's like 60 quid. So I've been using this instead for the last few days, and that's the Claire's Vitamin C. And to be honest, I haven't used it for long enough to know the difference, but it seems to give the same kind of glow that the other one does, but it's not as, the other one's has basically got more oil in it. When I say oil, it's like squalene or something, so squalane, so it's really nice. I actually prefer the Medicate one, but I don't prefer it 3 times, which is the difference in cost. I then use, depends what my face is like then, to be honest. If I'm really dry, then I'll just use this. If I still feel, if it's really cold outside, or if I'm still feeling a little bit sensitive, I will be using this one, which I absolutely adore. If it's like really cold outside or really hot, or if I've used the retinol in the day before, I've been using this extreme cream, and I really like it. I like it enough I'm going to buy a full one. I probably won't buy a full one of that one because the calming serum does the blue calming cream does something similar. Then, very last one, I use this. Now, the thing about this is that I'm very funnier with skin with SPF, but I obviously need it because I'm so pale. Now, when you put this on, if you can see, like, it's very, very white, and there's a white cast. Can you see that? And when I first put it on, I freaked out. Basically, if you then sort of do your teeth, faff around, you know, whatever, and just leave it, it sinks into your skin. You can see it starting to sink in. And then at the very end, you can just pat it in. And it kind of provides like a barrier, and also it's been very good for the sun cream. I haven't been, and then I just use concealer and actually use a powder over my face, and I've put this back on at lunchtime, and it's been fine. It's not as good as some other SPFs I've tried that are Korean, which I can't remember now. but it's oh yes, I had a sample of one that I loved, but I can't quite recall, so I haven't finished looking, but I think I will keep this and use it on days when I'm very dry. In the evening, twice a week, so in the evening I will actually use an oil, and this is really naff. I use this avocado oil. Now, if you are anything but very dry, don't use it because it's too much. And I just use that like a balm cleanser, because, like I said, I'm spending all my money on this stuff and it works fine. And again, I use a cloth, hot cloth, and it's not hot. It's like, you guys know how to wash your face. And I will use that as my first cleanser and to get rid of any makeup I use. And second cleanser, I quite often will use that twice, or I might just use any random cleanser I've got lying around. I quite like cheap cleansers, so it's not a problem. I don't like foaming ones, obviously, you guys know. And then in the evening, I do very much similar thing. I put this stuff on. They also do one that's like an aqua jelly, and it's a really cool texture, and I kind of love that, and I'm probably gonna look at that. I'm also looking at, I've got this, I know I need to add a bit more acid exfoliation in it, so I'm trying some samples, and I'll probably do that. I'll see a couple of times a week, I don't want to overdo it. And then I put my serum on. Now, 2 or 3 times a week, I've been using this retinol, and I love it. I've been using it for a couple of months, and it's really made a difference to my skin, and the thing I love about it is I literally wake up with better skin the next day. However, it can be a little bit drying. If I use the retinol, all I use on top of that will be the Midnight Calming Cream. That's it. Or I might use one of those. Something that's like really just bland. I used to use Creave, and I liked it until it started making my skin fall off, which was really weird. Or is it CeraVe? I don't know, whatever. You know the one everyone says is great. It was great until it made my skin fall off. Sometimes I will also, okay, so that's like a couple of times a week. The rest of the time I use, so after my toner, I will put this in. And I have to say, this is like blue water, but it's great. I really like it. Again, it plumps up all these little crap bits on my skin, all the, and I just adore it. I then will put on, again, if I'm feeling dry, I'll put this on, top, or, I might use an oil. I like facial oils very much, and I use this is just rosehip oil. I also quite like bee oil, which is just the ordinary, or I just like an oil. But I have noticed when I wake up with an oil, I still have like a little bit of oily stuff on my skin. Whereas when I put this stuff on, I wake up and my skin, and like I say, I get really puffy in the morning, but my actual skin texture, it's plump and nice, rather than, obviously it doesn't do much for I've got frown lines here, but I'm not really that bothered by them because I quite like them, but it just makes my skin look glowing, but it's not greasy at all, which I just kind of think is magic. And again, if I'm feeling really dry, I will put some more of this on, and I'm gonna get a big one because I really like it. It feels to me, it's sort of cooling on the skin, but to me it feels like it just provides a barrier, especially if I've been using retinol like the day before, or for me, if it's very cold or very, very hot or whatever. Yeah, there you go. That's, bye.